So today children we'll be studying about sugarcane. So sugarcane is a kharif crop and it is one of the most important cash crops of India. So sugarcane belongs to the bamboo family of plants and it is the main source of gur, khansari and sugar. So it has long narrow leaves and a thick jointed stem which contains the cane sugar. It can grow to a height of about 3 meters. So sugarcane is the main source of sugar. Sugarcane juice is extracted by crushing the stalks. Then the juice is boiled, evaporated and sugar separated from it by centrifuging. The geographical requirements for the growth of sugarcane. So first, the soil. It can grow on a variety of soils, but the alluvial clay loams of the Indo-Gangetic Plain are ideal for its growth. In South India, it is grown on black soil, brown or reddish loams. So, sugarcane can grow on any type of soil as long as the soil can retain moisture. The soil should be rich in nitrogen, calcium and phosphorus. Acidic or alkaline soils are harmful to the plant. Now because the sugarcane plant uses up the nutrients, so it is a very soil exhaustive plant. So it is very essential that heavy dose of manure and fertilizers are used in order to obtain high yields. Flat level plain or plateau regions are ideal for sugarcane cultivation as these facilitate irrigation and transportation of cane to the factory. Now the temperature requirements. It requires a temperature ranging between 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. Excessively high temperature or very low temperature and dry winds are harmful for the plant. Short, cool, dry winter season during ripening and harvesting is ideal. Frost is injurious to the plant. Hence, harvesting should be done before the winter season, especially in North India. Now rainfall, it requires a rainfall that ranges between 75 centimeters to 120 centimeters. It cannot stand waterlogging. So the soil needs to be well drained. It is a long duration crop and takes about 15 to 18 months to mature depending on the geographic conditions. Now the method of sowing. The ground is prepared in advance by ploughing and adequate application of natural manure is essential because sugarcane it exhausts the soil from its nutrients. So adequate manuring is essential just before planting. So sugarcane can be cultivated by seed method also, but now this method has become outdated and there are some other methods which are used. First method is the set method. So in this picture you can see the sets. At present a new set method is used. Sugarcane is a long bamboo-like stem with several joints. For preparing the sets, the sugarcane is cut into several pieces at the joint. These are known as sets. So you can see the picture on the right hand side of the sets. Now these sets are prepared from healthy and well matured canes and they are planted in well prepared furrows at regular intervals. So here also in this picture where it is written sets, you can see the ground is prepared well, ploughing is done so as to loosen the soil, manures are added and then the sets are planted. Weeds are cleared periodically and the soil is gathered around the plants. The plant starts growing in about 2 weeks. Now the plant needs enough moisture in the soil. Therefore, rainfall should be well distributed or irrigation should be available. So this was the set method. The second method of sowing is called ratooning. Now children, this ratooning method was developed by the Sugarcane Research Institute at Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. So in this method what is done is that the cane is cut close to the ground. After the cane has been cut, it begins to grow again and produces a second crop, which is called ratoon. So the field is irrigated as soon as possible. So ratoon crop is the second or any other succession crop obtained from the root and left over in the field after the first crop. So the lower part of the stem, which is left behind in the soil, is well fertilized and the stem begins to grow again. So this is ratooning. You can see the picture of ratooning in this slide. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of ratooning. Now advantages of ratooning is that the crops need not be planted again. So the cost of cultivation is much more lower since there is less expenditure of preparing the fields and planting. The ratoons, they mature much more faster. Now disadvantages, the productivity decreases with each successive crop. Hence, only one or two ratoon crops are normally harvested. So, the sugar content keeps on decreasing with every successive ratoon. The crop may also be affected by various pests and diseases. Now, children, the sugarcane plant is quite susceptible to fungal diseases like red rot, smut, rust, ratoon stunting. So these are some problems. They have to be protected. The sugar cane plant has to be protected against insects like moth, termites, white flies and black bugs. The sugarcane is ready for harvesting when the new leaves stop coming and the leaves at the lower stem begin to go yellow. In the north, harvesting is done before the onset of winter to protect the plant from frost, which is not so in South India. The sugarcane is cut at the ground level, leaving just the root because sugar content is concentrated at the lower stem. So the sugarcane should be harvested before the flowers appear. Now, after harvesting, the sugar cane has to be taken quickly for processing because the sugar content rapidly decreases after 48 hours. So, that is why most of the sugar factories are located close to the sugarcane fields so as to save on transportation also and at the same time to reduce the loss of sucrose content. Now, the sugarcane juice is extracted by crushing the cane. As you can see in the picture, bullocks were used in the past or today in the modern times, electronic equipments are used for extracting the juice. Now, as soon as the juice is extracted, it is boiled without delay. So, sugarcane juice is processed by boiling the juice with lime and then filtering it. Of the total production, 50% is processed into jaggery, which is called gur, 30% into white sugar, and 20% into khansari or powdered gur. Now the uses of sugarcane. So, as I already told you, it is used for making gur or jaggery. Then it is used for making white sugar. It is also used to make khansari. Now sugarcane juice is popular as a drink during summer as it is very nutritious and healthy as compared to synthetic drinks. Now the areas of production. India has the largest area under sugarcane cultivation in the world. And it is the second largest producer of sugarcane in the world after Brazil. So children, the important states of production are Uttar Pradesh, then the Satluj Ganga plain from Punjab to Bihar, then in the south, Maharashtra to Tamil Nadu along the eastern slope of Western Ghats, then coastal Andhra Pradesh, Krishna Valley. So children, UP is the largest sugarcane producing state And in UP, cultivation is carried out on small farms and irrigation is obtained from canals and tube wells. Bihar, Punjab and Haryana are other states. Now, sugarcane cultivation in North India. The reason why sugarcane cultivation flourishes in North India is because of a combination of favorable geographical factors. So, in the northern plains of India, the temperature ranges from 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. The fertile soil of Indo-Gangetic plains with a relatively high rainfall of 120 to 150 centimeters provide ideal conditions for growing sugarcane. Now in the dry areas it is grown with the help of irrigation and UP has an excellent network of canals and tube wells. However, the dry local wind which is called Lu and it blows during the months of in the summer months, it affects the normal growth of sugarcane. Now children, when we compare about the sugarcane cultivation and production in India, a very surprising fact is that though the area under production in peninsular India is lesser as compared to northern India, but the yield per hectare in South India is much more greater than North India, even though the area occupied by sugarcane cultivation in South is much more lower than North India. Now this is because of a combination of factors. And the first factor is the ideal climatic conditions. In South India, the yield per hectare is high because of a longer harvesting season, better quality of the crop owing to the favorable maritime climate, which is free from the effects of summer Lu, which is there in case of North India. And in South India, there is no winter frost also because of the maritime influence. Then there are sufficient irrigation facilities in South India as compared to North India. They have adopted better methods, farming techniques. They use manures, fertilizers in order to replenish the fertility of the soil, the availability of black soil. All these factors have made the yield in South India much more greater than North India. Now the problems of sugarcane cultivation. So children, sugarcane is actually a soil exhausting crop and therefore the cost of fertilizers increases the cost of production. Then the farms are far away from the mills and a delay of more than 48 hours between harvesting and crushing reduces the sucrose content. So as a result of this, since many of the mills are far away from the fields, so there arises a problem of transportation. And because many of the mills are located far away from the fields, so the cost of production comes up. And another problem is that the sucrose content also comes down. Then the high cost of production, this is mainly because of the cost which is incurred in purchasing of fertilizers. Then for paying the transportation cost, this increases the cost of production. Then another problem is that the price is fixed by the government, which is most of the times not profitable for the farmers, and the price is fixed according to the quantity of the sugarcane and not quality. So as a result of this, the farmers suffer. Then the next is that it requires a high input of irrigation means. So this is another problem which is faced by many of the farmers, especially in North India. So what happens is that the sugarcane farmer depends on canal irrigation for water requirements, and most often the canals are non-perennial in nature. If you remember the inundation canals which we had studied. So as a result of this, the supply of water is uncertain, and this affects the production. So these are the various problems of sugarcane cultivation.